Hey, hi, it's Sue Moore, recovered banker and founder of the More Connection, where I share essential basics in helping you build the lifestyle that you are wanting and deserving by creating a very thriving home-based business. Today we're going to talk about banks. That is my background and how that can affect you. This was a article a week or so ago in the Wall Street Journal. I hope you can see it. B of A's rural branch exodus. And this is just one example of what's happening in the financial service industry. So I wanted to chat with you about that by starting and asking a question. If you or anybody in your family is employed by a financial institution, primarily banks, or a good friend or anybody that you really care about, the question is, how could this affect you? And have you thought about it? Now let me give you a few statistics I should say, that came out of this article about B of A. Back in, it was 1998, I think, when Bank of America and Nations Bank merged. Hugh McCall's mantra then, at that time, Hugh was the CEO, was bigger is better. And the idea was to have branches coast to coast in every town, and everybody would be wonderful. Okay, so what's happening now is they've changed that mantra from bigger is better because, in part two, of the financial crisis of several years ago. And then also of the current technology improvements and so forth that banks are now employing in the back office and so forth, that is eliminating jobs. And then artificial intelligence that we all use every day. If you've got a debit card, you've got an ATM card, whatever it is. I mean, that's a form of artificial intelligence. So all in, according to this article, B of A has pulled out all of its branches in Indiana, and they've closed about 1,600 branches since the financial crisis debacle happened, trying to rekindle, sagging profits and shift their focus to major metropolitan areas. So to put some perspective around what 1,600 branches looks like, the article goes on to say that it is roughly the equivalent of shutting all of Citigroup's branches and Capital One outlets worldwide. So it is not worldwide, I take that back, just in the United States. The contraction is real, it is happening, it is not going to go away. And it's all due, really, to the financial crisis back in the day, and as I said, with the advancements in technology. But now B of A is saying, you can't be everywhere. They still have 4,500 branches, and they still can cover 80% of the population. So that's kind of the good news, okay? Now, other banks such as Chase and Wells Fargo, they are following the same, along the same lines. Chase is scheduled to close about 6,000 branches between now and 2020, including ATM, including drive-ins. Wells Fargo is going to be closing, I think it's 900 or so, in I don't know how many years, due to a lot of issues they've had with account opening fraud. But all of that to say, that's just kind of just set the stage a little bit. As I said originally, if you or a member of your family or someone that you really care about is involved in this industry, the question is begged, how are you going to protect yourself if you happen to be one of the unfortunates that is out of a job? And I know the thought of thought about losing your job is sickening. I mean, when I used to think about it when I was banking, it was just, ugh, it just kind of turns your stomach. So I guess the idea then would be to allow yourself a little pity party, and then start seriously considering what other options are available to you. And there is a way to go and protect yourself, and there are other options. And from my perspective, it's called creating a home-based business. Now, I know people say, well, I just don't have the time to put one more thing on my plate. I get that. But if that's truly the case, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if something should happen to one of those incomes? You know, the pixie dust fairy isn't going to come and just anoint us all, okay? So you really do have to have a plan, a safety net around you and your family if something happens to your institution, to your branch, to the team that you happen to be on in the branch, and to you personally. How are you going to move? So all of that to say, as I've said before, there is another way, and I'm happy to share with you my belief as to what that way should be. It may not be for you, but I can certainly share some of my 25 plus years experience in the banking industry, what I have seen, what wasn't right, what wasn't fair, and then also what was really pretty darn good. Because as I said, I think in a video a couple of days ago, I'm not here to bash the banking industry. I love the industry. I had a fabulous career. But what I am saying to you as a realist is the industry is changing. Every industry is changing. Yesterday I posted on Toys R Us, you know, it was a national icon going out of business because of Amazon and online and so forth. Unboxed videos, all of that. So the point is, we cannot be like ostriches with our heads in the sand. We have got to start to think about, well, what if? What if I did something else? And that's what I'm saying. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. You know that I blog over at suemore.net. You can reach me at my email at smore71att@att.net. And all I can say to you is please don't get caught empty-handed. I'm happy to offer suggestions. That's it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I am just going to have a nice conversation with you if you would reach out. So have a great rest of the day. I'll see you on the next video, and journey well in the meantime. Bye-bye.